Stryker is officially back in Mortal Kombat, ladies and gentlemen. That is right, this is not a joke. Now I know what you're thinking. We're probably like, oh sweet, Stryker's coming back? Can't wait to play him. When does he come out? Hold on, before you get too excited, there's a downside to this good news. And this downside is, he's just a cameo, not a playable character.
What do you mean? How? How have you... Oh, man. You're just ruining it.
Come on, man. What the fuck? Just give us Curtis. It's not fair. To some, this is confirmation that Stryker will not be playable in Mortal Kombat 1. Bullshit. Why would they do this? They just showed a Stryker after being absent for so long without making him playable. All of a sudden, you show us him and then not give us him. It's like they're waving food in our face and we're like starving. Like, fucking shameless, Ed Boon. Now, I know Stryker is a pretty indifferent or neutral character. A lot of people care about him, and at the same time, there's a lot of other people who couldn't give a shred of a shit about him. So it makes sense why Ed Boon is on the fence of putting Stryker in the game. So I guess they just decided to put him in as a cameo, which is cool, I will say, but it would be way better if he was actually playable, right? It baffles me how people don't like Stryker. Like, this man is an absolute badass who can hold his own against Kentaro, Molina, and Ermac, beating him in hand-to-hand combat. He doesn't need any fire or ice. All he needs is a gun. Nothing fancy. And if that isn't an impressive list of feats, then you're just being a hater. But then he gets one-tapped by Sindel. A lot of people forget that this wasn't just an ordinary base Sindel. This Sindel was resurrected and given the powers of Shang Tsung, so it makes sense that she wiped out almost half of Earthrealm's warriors single-handedly. Still foul nonetheless. But knowing that, Stryker's dev isn't all that bad that people paint it out to be. I fell in love with Stryker's character back in Mortal Kombat 9. MK9 was really the first Mortal Kombat I got invested into. When I played Stryker in MK9, I found him to be super fun. I mean, the man can tase you, throw nades, pull out a Glock 19 and blow out your brains. Nothing like a regular man-made artillery to get the blood pumping, am I right? Screw bladed fans and kunais, just give me a good old-fashioned gun. All the fond memories of playing Stryker have had me just yearning for him to make a return, and sadly, this hasn't been the case, and it looks like it won't be. And I see all these people talking shit about Stryker in my comment section, and I'm like, why? Like, look, the Stryker has always been whack to me. He's the corniest character of all time. Like, dude, there's so many... Johnny Cage is more cornier than him. Cassie Cage is more cornier than him. What the fuck? What is corny about Stryker? That comment makes zero fucking sense. Dislike. Stryker to me in MK9 was one of those characters that just comes off as super likable and like it's hard to hate him. I don't know how he was portrayed in Armageddon. I haven't played that, but in MK9 I can certainly say the dude was a fucking badass. And I feel like the people who talk shit about Stryker know him from the wrong game. I feel like they've just seen him in the Megatron outfit he has in Armageddon and thought he was whack. Fair enough, I would think he's whack too. That outfit is atrocious. It's still cool he has a small cameo in MK1. They're paying homage to the late Curtis Stryker. But it would have been 1,000 times better if he was actually playable. Stryker is goated, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And if you honestly don't like MK9 Stryker, let me know why. I would love to hear that, because people who just call him shit, they just call him like bluntly that they don't like him and no real reasoning. I would love to hear some reasoning. Off the top of my head, I feel like people just don't like Stryker because he's not as visually appealing, like say a Scorpion, Sub-Zero, or a Katana. He's just a guy with a gun, and I feel like people don't like that. It's not enough for them. But I think that's about it. With that being said, it's been the Master Assailant, and I hope to see you in the next video.